Hi, everyone. I'm Sunny.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Rox, and this is
Literature on the Rocks.
Book Club.
Book Club. Oh,
The Run.
That was like a goat.
You sounded real prepotente.
Prepotente?
From
Dungeon Crawler Carl? Have you not met Prepotente yet?
Yeah, you have.
I don't think so. No, I don't think I have. What book is it? I think I'm only three in.
Yeah, but he's Miriam Dom. Is that her name?
Yeah. He's Miriam's
She comes
son.
in with a bunch of goats, and
Prepotente is
get
like
the
donut.
potion.
Yeah.
And, Prepotente becomes like donut, but he's like,
A
It's
goat.
not ringing a bell.
And he yells.
and he just screams.
like that.
No, I've not heard that.
Hug, Carl. And he gives him a hug, and he's like, and in his head, Carl's like, I knew it was going to happen, but I still wasn't prepared. And then you just hear,
No, it's not ringing a bell, but maybe
well,
I'll get
when
to
you
it.
get there.
know.
You're like, oh, shit.
All right.
Anyways, how's everyone doing?
Great. How are you guys? Superb.
There was a lot of air in my super.
So last night, someone put something in their reel, and I just thought it was the funniest thing. And so I just wanted to tell you guys about it. So it is the things to call annoying people, and it's a list, okay? And some of these had me crying because in my head, I was saying them as insults. So, for example, the first one is easy bake oven. So I was like, you goddamn easy bake oven in my head.
But I feel like there needs to be specific instances
And
for
why?
these
Okay,
names.
so what
Because
would
it's
you
not
use?
a full oven. They're an easy bake oven.
Well, like an easy bake oven is a toy.
yeah,
and
you
it's-
could never be a real oven baking
And
pizzas.
Easy bake
And it
oven.
never baked all the way through. And there was like kids that got third-degree burns from the ovens.
Yeah, dumb
Exactly.
people. Dumb people are easy.
Yeah, so dumb, childish. You easy bake oven. Okay, we're sorting this out for everyone.
Okay, here we go. The next one is expired coupon.
Useless. Someone who's useless.
Yeah.
I like. Okay. This is gonna
expired coupons.
be. This is gonna.
Redeemable nowhere.
This is gonna be okay. The game is I'm gonna tell you it, and then you tell me in what instance you use it. Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
We're on a roll.
You spam email. Just unwanted.
Unwanted. Yeah.
Annoying.
Unnecessary.
I feel like that is one that is truly annoying.
Yeah. Annoying and unwanted.
Can you imagine being
And
called a spam email?
When I fucking click on you and don't put the phishing on you, I have to take a 20-minute
Oh my God.
IT refresher.
no, ours is 45 minutes.
Oh, I'm so sad for you.
yes.
But also, I didn't subscribe. That's illegal.
Right? Okay. Here's the next one. You wet sock.
Oh, you're foul. You dirty bitch. You uncomfortable, dirty bitch.
I know. I'm trying to imagine how I feel when my socks get wet. Actually, Rox, how do
hate
you
it.
feel?
I hate it. And it's funny because I was just telling my husband about this list last night, and I don't even know what I did to make him mad. And he was like, I hope you step in water with your socks tomorrow. And I was like, that is foul. Why would you wish that on me?
That is, yeah,
'Cause
totally
he
unwanted.
knows.
Absolutely disgusting. Yes.
You
Yeah.
goddamn wet sock.
Probably a little stinky. They're not clean wet socks.
Okay,
For sure
okay.
they're dirty wet socks.
All right.
Because you've been wearing them all day?
Yeah. And now, like, you can't take them off.
Are you imagining like sweat wet socks? Or
Ew,
are
more
you
like-
talking about like stepping in water in your socks?
I'm talking about,
Oh.
like, when I'm hiking and there's water nearby and I
Oh,
step
and-
in a puddle or something
and
and,
it
now
gets
my
in your
shoes
shoe?
and my socks are like...
Oh, yeah, you dirty bitch.
Okay. We have squeaky grocery cart.
Oh my God. Leave
That's-
it on the side. It's
Yeah.
something you just want to leave on the side of the road.
And then, or you hear it because somebody's fighting with it over there and it's like, You're like, you were supposed to leave that.
I can't get rid of you.
outside.
I can't get rid of you, and you're embarrassing me.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, and you know what? I've been victim to the squeaky cart
You took it.
because I didn't realize until I was all the way in, and now it's quiet in the store, and now you just hear the and I'm like, I've already committed. I got groceries in here.
I'm Norman Bates.
I'm coming for you.
Okay, okay. Here's my absolute favorite one of the entire list: you cold bowl of soup.
Disgusting.
No. And that one in my head, I went, "You
And-
damn cold bowl of soup," and I was like, "Ooh, that one hit hard."
That's so crazy. I don't have soup in my life, so I can't.
Oh, yeah, that's nasty. I'm imagining.
Cold soup is gross.
Okay, so I'm imagining
Yeah, for
in
the
my
most part.
head most of the time. But if it's like a soup that has like albondigas that has like red meat in it and the fat layer, then
yeah.
like
Okay,
coagulates on
At the top. Yeah, or like pozole or menudo has
Yes.
that at the top. And
Yeah.
it's
So you're a fatty, useless, nasty bitch.
Oh man! All right, well I know what to call you guys whenever you're pissing me off. I'm like, listen, you're being a real cold bowl of soup right now.
The audacity.
So I had a good time with those last
Those
night.
are
That was fun.
Thanks for sharing.
Oh, thanks for playing along.
Should we get into this book club?
Yeah.
Okay, we are book clubbing Anxious People by Fredrik Backman.
And last week, all of us rated Anxious People 3 shots.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we'll see at the end if we are still sitting with the shots.
Okay, all right, yeah, we will. Okay, great. So if you're just joining us, then you don't know how we do these book clubs, and let me share it with you. We have 4 questions that we do that are exactly the same every single week for every single book we do. The last few questions, 3, 4, we are book specific. I will say too about Anxious People, at the end of at least on the Kindle, there are book club questions and things.
Oh, are there?
For a book club to do.
Oh, I didn't know
Yes.
that.
But I do think some of the questions are really good. So if you are in a book club, please use our questions, but also there's some there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first question is first impressions. What were your initial thoughts when you started reading Anxious People? Did the book meet your expectations or surprise you? When we first started creating our podcast TBR for, I guess it was this year, I usually do a bunch of research on books and figure out which ones I want to add. This book was one I didn't know much about, but the premise of the book really caught my attention. So now, if I'm honest though, it was like a last minute, just make a decision Sunny kind of a book. And I was a little nervous about it. It seemed like it had good reviews. But then when I got to reading it, I couldn't remember anything about it or why I picked it. So I didn't have really high expectations when I started to read the book. I had to look it up that it was even my choice. So anyways, but by the end, I was glad that it was a good book and that it was on our list because I did enjoy it.
So on the cusp of reading Wedding People, I didn't know what to expect. Here come the people. But I was surprised by the cadence of the book, the way it was written, the humanity in the characters, and the humor in this book. It was a good choice.
It felt really different.
Yes, it was.
Like the way it was written was...
And like the fun interjection from
Yeah.
the narrator that wasn't in the story and was just like a little voice in the movie that's
Yes.
like the headless voice.
Yes.
I liked it.
Yeah, faceless.
And headless.
And limbless.
Limbless, for sure.
The limbless voice in a movie. Faceless, yes.
Okay, so I just said the book surprised me because it was about so much more than I anticipated. The connecting stories and the overall theme really wasn't exactly how I imagined it, but it was a pleasant surprise.
Unresolved questions. Were there any plot points or character arcs that you felt were left unresolved or could have been explored further? And I thought the ending wrapped up most of the characters' lives, but I do want to know a little bit more. I want to know if Jack's sister finally got the help she needed when she was surrounded by the support of her dad and brother. Did they all heal together in their relationship? And also, I don't really need to know about the husband and the cheating boss, but I do hope they're on a street corner living out of a box because fuck them.
With Petra.
Yeah.
With Petra and Peter and all the other shitheads in our book list.
We have the shithead corner
There's
that we've
one
banished
corner
everybody
in this
to.
world that just
They're
has-
in an encampment now. There's so many of them.
They live on Skid Row now.
A little makeshift address mailbox thing
They have their own mailbox cluster.
in an unincorporated area of a city.
It's just a big box with inner boxes inside. Little inner boxes.
It's just a big box with little shoe boxes inside. What happened to Zara after all this was done? I know that she needed to settle her conscience, and she was able to do that. But overall, what did she go on to do after this? She had an interesting life, and the way that she went about the poor people always cracked me up. But did she ever become a little more understanding to the world, or was she forever a little cynical?
Forever cynical.
Probably.
She probably went where she was surrounded by rich people and no more poors.
Well, and that's the thing.
She's like, I have closure on the poor people in my life. Yeah. No.
Or did she end up with freaking?
I think she ended
what's
up
his
with
name?
Rabbit.
I hope
Yeah.
she did. I hope she ended up with Leonard.
Oh, Leonard.
I think the book overall did a great job buttoning up the many stories that it took us on. We were able to close the book and feel that closure. The only thing I might have wanted a glimpse into is the bank robber's ex-husband and boss. I didn't miss it at the end, but it would be great to hear that they did horribly and split up within a year, and the husband was a sad, lonely man, and the boss was fired. Also, that bank robber sued the shit out of the company for being unfairly let go because her boss was having an affair with her husband. That's got to be some sort of HR violation, right?
Wrongful termination for sure.
I don't know about the worlds of the Netherlands.
Well, if it was in California.
Yes, it'd be grass. It'd be easy baked oven the fuck out of here.
All right. Alternate ending. If you could change one thing about the ending of Anxious People, what would it be and why? As we said, I think it got buttoned up pretty well, and I don't know that I would have preferred anything different, but if I really thought about it, maybe we got to see a little bit of the relationship between Jack and Jim and like their development as a family afterwards. The dad he was so sweet and to protect the robber and just really wanted to do the right thing, and he saw a little bit of his family in the robber, I think, and so they deserve a happy ending too.
I agree. I wrote, the ending made my heart swell and my eyes water. I wouldn't change it.
I liked the ending, how all the separate pieces we saw of the puzzle finally zoomed out and we saw them all interconnected. Jack was able to reconnect with Nadia, and Zara found peace and maybe a companion, and the mom was with her daughters. It was a sweet ending. However, what would have been cool too is since they all found a found family between each other, if they made some sort of like anniversary to meet back up at Estelle's apartment, and like Julie and Ro would bring their kid and the mom.
I feel like they did stay connected because they all showed up to Estelle's
Funeral?
funeral. So maybe they did, but
Maybe.
we want to see it.
Yeah, we want to see it.
I want to see the family dinner get together.
Oh, yeah, because then they live across the street. They could have Sunday dinners.
Yeah.
All right.
They can live on a compound. And
Yes!
Next one is adaptation dreams. If Anxious People were to be adapted into a movie or TV series, who would you cast in the main roles? There are a lot of main roles in this book. Yes. I did not do them all. I don't think any of us did.
No.
I cast Jim, Jack, the bank robber, and Estelle.
I did the bank robber, Jim, and Jack.
I did the bank robber, Jim, Jack, and Zara.
Okay, so Estelle and Zara are already going to be
honorable
a shoe-in.
mentions.
Honorable mentions. Should I start with bank robber?
Sure.
Yeah.
I chose Jennifer Lawrence because I like her. That was it. That's the only reason. I don't know how they would hide the fact that as a woman they have this reveal like, I'm a woman.
Oh, maybe it's like through the point of view of the robber for a while until it
Shows us.
pans out and then
She's
it
wearing
you
like
don't
a
see her
big
very
baggy
often.
sweater. Like
oh, maybe she's
nothing
got like a ski
formed.
mask on.
She does.
She does it
the
first.
whole time.
Yeah, right. The whole time. I like the idea of it being just from her perspective. Like, you don't really see much of her.
Like maybe in the mirror
And you don't
see,
hear
like,
her voice.
Yeah, well, you would hear it, but maybe because she's changing it, right? Because she doesn't want to know that she's a woman.
That's the voice you should use when you're narrating a book in the male perspective.
I love you, Dolores. Get your ass over here.
It's like I've been smoking for 39 years.
Let my dick spring free.
Put that knife in the bed handle.
That hurt my voice. I couldn't do that.
For the robber, I chose Jessie Buckley.
I don't know anything about
see
her.
her face.
You don't see her face?
I mean, I don't know her face.
Oh.
Oh, she's in Bride of Frankenstein, but I don't think I've seen any of the other movies that she's been in.
I don't know who she is, but
Okay.
cool.
All right.
I chose Maya Hawke.
Oh, Maya Hawke. You know, it threw me off when I realized who her parents were.
Who are her parents?
Uma Thurman
Oh, yeah.
and Ethan Hawke.
She looks a lot like Uma Thurman.
Yeah. I don't have an opinion on any of them.
either.
I like Maya Hawke, but I think she's young. She's kind of got a little baby face to be having.
Oh, I thought she looked a little old for her age.
Let me see.
Really? Okay, so
All
pick
right, yeah.
Jessie Buckley or Jennifer Lawrence.
All right, I guess Jessie Buckley. Although Jennifer Lawrence's deeper voice would do really well.
And I think
She does have a deep voice.
Okay, Jessie Buckley?
Yeah.
Okay. Jim, the dad police officer. I cast Nick Offerman.
Oh,
Oh, God, I don't know who that is. I went different, and I went Jeff Bridges.
Oh, that's funny. He's old, but
He's hella old. He'd be retired already.
okay, because I was going to choose him. I just couldn't remember his name. But when I looked him up, he's very old. Him, and there was one other that I chose that I was like, oh, this guy. And then I looked him up, and he was 80.
He could have been like 65 on his verge of retirement. People work till forever these days.
Not cops.
They may be.
They hit their retirement age after 20 years.
Cop retirement age. We're going to Google this.
Do they must?
Between
Public
48 and 59.
See? They retire early.
But also, I think that the son was kind of a younger son.
Yes. Yes.
So that was why I thought he couldn't be that old. But I do like your choice.
Yes. I like him as an actor.
All right. Who'd you pick?
Okay. I did Kyle Chandler.
I looked him up too.
He's 60, but he does have a younger face.
He did.
I don't hate that. I think he's like the happy medium of our two.
Yeah. Okay. So Kyle Chandler.
Yeah, let's go Kyle Chandler.
Okay. So then for Jack, I really struggled with Jack, actually. I picked Patrick Schwarzenegger.
I almost picked him, but then I picked Jacob Elordi.
Okay. I did Lucas Hedges. I like Patrick.
Okay.
Okay. So who would you pick for Zara?
Rebecca Ferguson.
Oh, okay. Uppity. Yes. Okay. I did Estelle, and for Estelle, I cast Lily Tomlin. I still think Betty White would be the perfect one, but
Oh, I do like Lily Tomlin.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
She could be kind of
A little
Quirky.
whimsical, quirky,
Yeah.
funny, yeah.
She's great in that show, Grace and Frankie.
Yes. She'd
Yeah.
be able to pull out wine from random
Yeah.
settings and be like,
Exactly.
She's a good pick. All
Well,
right.
so then our ice drop is the bank robber is Jessie Buckley. Jim is Kyle Chandler. Jack is Patrick Schwarzenegger. Estelle is Lily Tomlin. And Zara is Rebecca Ferguson.
I think this is one of the few casts where we each got one.
no landslide victory here.
No.
We're all equal. I feel like you should cast someone else.
Leonard.
Leonard.
Quick.
Go.
Glenn Powell.
With Zara?
Yes.
Ooh, Rebecca Ferguson does look like she could nail a younger guy.
He's like 40. They're about the same age.
Oh, yeah, she's like 46, I think.
Yeah.
That's a good, okay.
Glenn Powell.
Leonard is Glenn Powell.
I definitely pictured
How funny.
older, but not,
I did
not that he's
too.
wrong. But when you said it and thinking that he's with Zara and Zara made sense, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe he wasn't that old.
It never like highlights
No.
how old he could be. He's
No.
just the guy who dresses in a rabbit and shits on the toilet. Possibly explodes some blood packets.
Perfect lineup.
All right. Okay, and Leonard is Glenn Powell.
Okay, the line we'd cross. Before hearing the bank robber's full story, would you have said you were above making a choice like that? Did your perspective shift after their story unfolded, moving from judgment to empathy? And what does that say about how we view people in extreme situations? I have said it before, and I will say it again. When it comes to my children, I am above nothing. And when I first started the story and heard that the bank robber only was trying to steal 6,500 kroner, I was like, oh yeah, there's something else going on here. We don't just rob banks for tiny amounts of money. There's got to be a driving force behind this. And I do think I give some people grace in extreme situations, but not everything. Like if you're holding up people at gunpoint, or like that guy recently in a warehouse in Ontario, like lit the whole thing on fire. Like
You should have paid us. Yeah.
I'm still a judgy bitch.
But I will say, I do think there's still a line.
Yes.
It's not
Yeah.
in my answer, but I do think there's still a line.
Yeah, there's
that
a line.
you shouldn't cross.
For sure. So I said before reading the story, there's no question that I would do whatever I had to do for my children and or my family. It's like when you hear about people stealing baby food or diapers or just food in general because they're trying to feed their families.
Yeah.
If things were that tough, I wouldn't take a second guess to make sure my family was okay. I know it's wrong, but I won't watch my family starve. So that's not to say that I wouldn't try other measures before resorting to a life of crime. But when the going gets tough, absolutely. It just goes to show that not all people have the story that you think that got them to whatever situation that they're in. There is more to the story sometimes. Sometimes, quote unquote.
Yes. I wrote, at the start of the book, I was a little judgy. Scratch that. I was fully confidently judgy. I was the person thinking I would never rob a bank. Even now sitting here, I don't think I ever would. But hearing the bank robber's story unfold and realizing it had to do with her children, seeing those pieces that led her there, the pressure, the fear, the impossible corners she was backed into, and suddenly it's not about whether I would do it. It's about understanding how someone could feel like it was their only choice. Do I think she handled everything the way I would have? No, absolutely not. There were moments that made me cringe, decisions that felt wrong, but knowing why she did what she did changed the way I judged her decisions. It softened something in me. It for sure replaced judgment with compassion. That line about Ro and Julia stayed with me as well. The idea that they'd cross mountains for their son, even rob banks for him. And that's really it, isn't it? Love that deep doesn't make you better. It makes you desperate. It makes you irrational. It makes you willing to do things you once swore you never would just to protect them, to keep them safe, to make sure you don't lose them. I hear people say all the time that we don't talk about certain parts of parenting that often. And I don't think that's entirely true. I think people are here talking about it, the guilt, the exhaustion, the emotional weight of it all, but understanding it is something very different. Like, look at us. We talk every week about parenting and how hard it is. It's not something that actually resonates with you until you experience it. And I hate saying this because I've been on the other side of it. It's not really an easy thing to hear when you're on that side of it, but there are parts of parenting you just don't fully grasp until you're in it, until you feel it in your bones. The highs, the lows, the chaos of trying to raise good humans, but it's not just about teaching them right from wrong. It's the invisible weight that comes with it. The constant guilt that you're not doing enough. The spiral after you know you handled something the wrong way. The craving for a moment to yourself followed immediately by guilt for needing it. The quiet, desperate hope that the choices you're making, sometimes messy, sometimes questionable, will somehow give them a better life. When I really sit with everything it takes to raise a child, the pressure, the fear, the love that feels like it might swallow you whole, yeah, it doesn't feel so crazy anymore to think that in the wrong moment, with the wrong circumstances, the most logical thing in the world might feel like robbing the bank is the next right thing to do just to keep your child.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it. That was great.
Thanks.
Very well said. Character analysis. Was there a character whose fears, habits, or coping mechanisms felt a little too familiar, like holding everything together on the outside, avoiding hard conversations, or trying to fix things for everyone else? What about them hit a little close to home? Honestly, I see a little myself in each of the characters. Maybe that's what the author was trying to do, create little characteristics in each person that was relatable to the reader so they could connect. People pleasing, avoiding confrontation, wanting the people around you to just be happy and feel fulfilled. I would say that all of these are things that I have dealt with in some way over the years. Maybe not so much as I get older and more fixed in my ways and confident in my convictions, but definitely have dealt with it. Sometimes looking back, it's hard to realize, and even sometimes when these traits creep up, it's hard to sit with. It's hard to be ever evolving and still have the things about you that you don't like pop up. What this book did was remind me of the work I have done to try and overcome the things about myself that I'm not the most proud of. Is there still lots of work to be done? 100%. But it's a journey, and the book reminded me that sometimes a little grace is important.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I feel like my answer was very similar.
Same.
I think there was something in a lot of these people that hit close to home. Rose's fear of not being a good parent and feelings of inadequacy. Annalena's feeling of needing to go along with the plan to not rock the boat because it feels easier or kinder to quiet your wants. But the person I think hit home for me the most was Zara. The control, the need to keep everything polished and handled. Like if you can just manage things well enough, you won't have to actually feel what's underneath. The idea that if you stay busy, stay sharp, stay in control, you can outrun the messier parts of yourself. Also the loud music. I don't listen to loud death metal to quiet my thoughts, but if I'm starting to feel anxious, it helps quiet my mind if I put on an audiobook, some good music, or a movie or TV show for me to watch. I think it's why I also enjoy working. It gives my brain a task to focus on without spiraling.
I saw myself in a little bit of all of the characters. I definitely saw myself in the bank robber, doing anything and everything I could to make sure that my kids were in my life and that I had a roof over their heads. I saw myself in Annalena, because my husband is successful in his own right, but when it comes to doing things to boost him or help him succeed, I will do that even if it seems a little crazy. And as someone who has lost a parent, I can identify with Ro. I don't think I go to the extreme of ignoring everything and not making a decision because someone's not in my life. I do feel an absence, and it has made me pause in decision making so I can see myself in her as well.
The last question is grace versus excuse. By the end, many of the characters show each other an incredible amount of grace, even when mistakes are made. Do you think the book is encouraging us to excuse people's bad decisions or simply to understand where they're coming from? Where do you personally draw that line? I think it's definitely about understanding where people are coming from. Stop before you judge, because we are all idiots sometimes. As much as I hate that word, I think it's true. We are human. We make mistakes. Some mistakes take us longer time to figure out that it was a mistake, but at the end, it is still just that. Everyone, parent or not, is trying to find their way through life. We're allowed to change our mind, to decide the way I was living isn't something I'm happy with anymore, or even just as simple as that was a bad choice and I don't want to do that again. Give people grace because we're all just doing our best. The last sentence in the book, sentences in the book, sums it up well. He wrote, "But when you get home this evening, when this day is over and the night takes us, allow yourself a deep breath because we made it through this day as well. There will be another one along the way." It was good.
That's good. I think it's about understanding where people are coming from. That's not to say that even understanding their position means that you agree with it. Everyone has their way of thinking, their reasons, and their own coping mechanisms. I think that's what the book is trying to get across. We all deal differently. It's not wrong necessarily, but definitely different.
I don't think the intent of this book was to excuse everyone's bad deeds ever, but I do think it was commentary about the world today. We are quick to judge, we're quick to cast out, and we are quick to isolate. And I think this book was really about inclusion, learning a little bit more about somebody's why, learning about somebody's story, allowing them to tell you their thought process on how we got to this point. Being a people manager, which I don't know if that's the right word, but whatever. Managing people.
You manage people, yeah.
I do this on a daily basis, especially when things go wrong. I need to understand how we got to this point and show me their process of thinking, because maybe there's a gap in the process that we didn't think about. Starting point A and went to Z instead of going to B and C like I wanted them to. I don't think I do this as much outside of work. I think when there's an element of unpredictability or possibly danger. So if there is somebody on the street yelling to an invisible person, swinging things around, I'm not going to walk next to that person with my child. I'm not. I'm going to cross the street and go around.
Yeah.
So I don't practice that sort of grace in those certain situations when there's an element of
Danger
or unpredictability where I don't know if I can control the situation and keep the people around me safe.
And almost part of the control is eliminating yourself, removing yourself from that, right?
And I think when I explain it to my kid, I explain it and give the person grace, but I'm not going to do the action that gives them the grace of walking by and possibly get shivved, you know?
Yeah, I'm still going to live in a protective way of myself. Like, maybe this should have been said too, but like the fact that like I can give grace and I can, or like you said, it doesn't mean I have to agree with it.
Yeah.
I still need to protect myself, whether that's my physical body and walking across the street or my heart and saying, I can't have this friendship anymore because as much as I understand where you're coming from, you've hurt me too many times and I've got to block you. Like I've got to stop that. So I think there is a line of I'm giving people grace, but I'm also protecting myself and my family.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
When you were talking about the why, it really just like resonated in that, like at one of my previous employers, we talked a lot about the 5 whys, and it was basically in any situation, but it was when there was a situation, we'd say, okay, why did this happen? And then they'd say, oh, well, this and this and this. And then you go, okay, well, why did that happen? Oh, because of this, this, and this. And usually by the 5th why, you got to the core of the problem, and it was the actual solution because you're trying to solve the core of it, not this first problem.
Yeah.
Right? Because it would be like, oh, this order didn't ship out. Okay, well, why didn't it ship out? Oh, because it didn't get packaged on time. That's not the problem. So, okay, why didn't it get packaged on time, right? So you had to keep going down the line until somebody's like, oh, well, I don't know, I'm trying to think of some solution, but it's like, oh, well, you know, the invoice doesn't get sent to this department until this happens, and then it's already too late in the process. And we're like, cool, let's fix that problem so that we don't get to later packaging, right?
Yeah.
And so then it was as we were doing it and doing the exercise, I was like, I could really do that in all of my life. But also people would be hating me because they'd be like, so why? But then why did that happen?
I also think I do that a lot for my own self-reflection. Like, this upset me, but why did it upset me? And why, like, because they said this, well, why did that feel like an insult or something that was hurting? They didn't mean it to be. So why am I taking it like that? And then I feel like a lot of times you get to this root and then you're like, I'm not ready to deal with that though.
yeah, exactly. Like, oh, there is a much deeper reason why I was hurt by that. And I don't want to work on that right now.
Exactly.
Root problem analysis is not the best in personal life.
No, but it does help some deep reflections.
It
Yeah.
makes me go, okay, this was actually just in me instead of something my husband said.
Yeah.
So let's talk about our current book ratings now.
Oh,
Do we
yeah.
want
Yes,
to change
yes.
them? Because you were definitely thinking about it, I think, at the beginning.
Definitely contemplating moving it to a 2. Only because after having rehashed it in my head and going through, it wasn't that when we went through it, I didn't feel this overwhelming feeling of, oh yeah, that was a great book. I came out of it going, oh yeah, it was a good book. And it wasn't a showstopper, right? So I try not to compare them to the showstopper books that we have listened to, because it's just not fair to all the rest of the books. To be like, this wasn't Project Hail Mary, or this wasn't Great Big Beautiful World, or People or Life, or whatever it was.
Definitely a showstopper for her.
No, it was a really great book.
Yeah.
So I try not to do that. But also, this was just a good book.
Yeah.
So I have altered my rating to a 2.
Okay.
I think last week I had said that I was debating between a 2 and a 3.
Yeah.
And it's for a similar reason, but not like after I got done with a book, I loved it. But it doesn't, I feel like great books linger. And for some reason, this book doesn't feel like it lingers.
Yes.
But every time I go back to think about it or talk about it, it makes me have so many emotions and all the feelings. And so I think when I go away from talking about it, I'm like, no, it was probably a 2 book. But as soon as we start talking about it or I start really thinking about it, I'm like, oh, it made me feel like a 3. So yeah, I feel like I can understand what you're saying. It doesn't have this lingering wow factor kind of a book.
Yes,
that
it doesn't
you put
resonate.
with like Great Big Beautiful Life and things that I'm always going back to and thinking about.
Yes.
But I'm sticking with a 3 because I do think when I sit with it and I really think about it, it pulls out all those 3 types of emotions.
All right.
I'm going to stay with a 3 too. A
3 too?
A 3 as well. Like we talked about earlier, it's a different writing style, and I
Yeah.
liked the humor in the book. But also, the more we talk about it, the more the layers of things that he wrote about pop up, and I feel like there's just more.
Yeah.
So
Let's do the questions at the end of the book.
yeah,
and
we can do this
probably
again
then,
with different questions.
Yes.
So yeah, I
find
feel like
more.
there's more. So I'm still gonna stay with a 3.
Well, and to be fair, I feel like we have discussed and said this many times that a 2 isn't a bad rating.
It's not.
That's a wrap on this episode of Literature on the Rocks. Anxious People by Fredrik Backman reminded us that life is basically just a room full of well-meaning idiots trying not to ruin everything. And honestly, I relate. Next week, we're escaping to The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods, and we can't wait for a little magic after all the beautifully human chaos. Make sure you're subscribed because we're here for you every Wednesday.
And if this episode made you feel seen and slightly attacked, rate and review us, because nothing brings people together like shared anxiety and questionable life decisions.
True.
Everyone was a little messy, a little misunderstood, and somehow it all worked. If Anxious People gave you all the feelings, come hang out with us at Lit on the Rocks Pod on Instagram and TikTok, and at literatureontherocks.com.
Until next time, may you be able to laugh at your own idiot moments and give grace to the idiots around you. Cheers.
Toodaloo.
Bye.